Hi, I'm Dariana Carrick, and today I'm going over the unpopular opinion about airships. In my opinion, airships could surpass the current ability of cargo transport today. From the time of the invention of the balloon in the 1780s, people wanted a balloon that would allow them to go wherever they wanted to go. The first modern airship, the Zeppelin LZ-1, took flight in 1900, 3 years before the Wright brothers made their famous flight. So surprisingly, the airship was invented before the airplane was. So, you may be wondering why the Zeppelins became unpopular, yet the airplane gained popularity and is still widely used today. One of the main causes is the Hindenburg tragedy. On May 3rd in 1937, the Hindenburg airship was leaving Germany to go to Lake Hurst near the airbase, but there was a spark in the hydrogen core setting the airship aflame and killing 13 passengers and 21 crewmen. This led to the U.S. abandoning its dirigible airship program due to fear of a repeat disaster, and gave lobbyists more of a reason to put a hold on hydrogen-fueled vehicles, airships, and planes. In the past, though airships weren't meant for war, they were still used in the military to bomb their enemies. Airships, like hybrid buoyant ones, can still be useful to the military by helping with high-altitude surveillance missions, wireless broadband communications, digital broadcasting, remote sensing, and GPS-augmented navigation systems. Specifically, the Germans used airships for bombing runs and surveillance, but Zeppelins weren't designed to be strategic bombers. They were just able to do more than airplanes during the Great War. So that's why they went obsolete once airplane technology caught up. Some nations experimented with lighter-than-air airships well into the 1930s, the US and the UK among them. Pasternak's company, Worldwide Aeros Corp., is working on an airship called the Aeroscraft that will be able to lift 66 tons, have a cruising speed of 120 knots, a range of more than 5,000 miles, and will be more fuel efficient. The Mi-26 helicopter, one of the largest military helicopters, can only carry 15 tons, so this new airship can carry a lot more potential cargo. There has also been increased interest in winged-hold airships, because they're becoming more economically and aerodynamically efficient from the long endurance capabilities by combining aerostatic buoyant lift with aerodynamic lift. On top of that, research into solar power has developed solar arrays fixed on the wings and nearby surfaces of the airship. This can directly affect the amount of power available for the various airship functions and can create an air vehicle that does not require fuel, which decreases the amount of energy needed thus directly inputted into the vehicle. We have come to the conclusion that airships are no longer popular because as of today there are only 25 balloons in the world, but only half are used for advertising. Economically, the reason for this low amount of airships is because they are so expensive. Airships require lots of helium, which is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas extracted from natural gas. Even though helium is the most abundant gas, a problem is occurring from diminishing resources because helium gas is not a renewable source. So helium gas is now a scarce, rare resource and very expensive, costing up to $100,000 for one trip in the airship. For example, filling an airship the size of a Goodyear balloon could cost around $75,000 because refined helium can cost around $30 per 100 cubic feet. In recent years, hybrid airships have been identified as promising alternatives for high-altitude, long-endurance missions, specifically ones powered from solar power. Hybrid buoyant airships have better ground handling capabilities, can carry heavier things, and are more aerodynamically efficient than the conventional airship by lasting longer in the air from combining aerodynamic lift with buoyant lift, so they are better in terms of power consumption, size, weight, and safety. The sudden increased interest in winged-hold airships was due to the fact that they're becoming more economically efficient. Specifically, the new airship, Aeroscraft, from the Pasternak's company, Worldwide Aeros Corp., which is hoping to bring major changes to freight shipping because this airship should be capable of hauling up to 66 tons, and they're working on a larger version that can haul up to 250 tons. And they're planning for it to be roughly 3 times as fuel efficient as shipping an aircraft.
It could go one step further than that. for example, in Haiti, in the aftermath of the recent earthquake, there were choke points at the airport and a seaport. So what was really needed was what you'd call point-of-need delivery. And with an airship, particularly the modern airships, even of the hybrid, lifting body hybrid variety that the military is working with right now, often you can do without ground infrastructure. So you could carry very large outsized cargoes and deliver them right to where they might need to go. And in the case of your traffic jam, that means instead of going from the factory to the train tracks, to the seaport, to the boat, back to the trains, back to the trucks, and then to Walmart, you could go from the factory to the Walmart distribution center and skip the 5 steps in between, saving a lot of money, saving a lot of road congestion. Conveniently, you don't have to repave the air, and saving fuel in the meantime.
So, in other words, this would allow them to carry very large, outsized cargo and deliver them right to where they need them to go. So to summarize, airships could be seeing a comeback, with the technologies being advanced in design, economical effectiveness, such as the solar power, and their ability to lift greater amounts of weights to specific locations without needing a landing site. We could see future implications of airships, but we'll just have to see.